Welcome to this St. Matthew training video on how to edit the stat sheet. We've opened up the May stat sheet and we see that the pastors have inputted their information already. The membership actions have been inputted also. We move down to membership stats. These membership stats from the previous fiscal years have been entered in based on the annual stat report that's sent into Synod, so we need to put in the year-to-date numbers. So first thing we need to do is go into Shepherd Staff, and here we are, and we go into membership. Oops, I'm sorry. We go to reports. And subgroups. Here's a listing of all the subgroups, and since I've created a bunch, I always start naming them as JR. So we want to know what the current confirmed total is. So the current confirmed total, and we're going to count them. And there are 756 in the group, and we're going to make sure that that's right, so we're going to edit the group settings. So removed by is blank, member is equal to yes, and confirmed is equal to yes. Yes. The key is this removed by is blank. That's what we want, because we want them to be current members. Otherwise, if they're removed by death or transfer or just being dropped from the membership books because at their request, we want to make sure that that removed by is blank for an active member. And so that's right. I forgot what the number was, so I'm going to count it again. 756, so over here under communicants I put in 756. Then under membership total, I count those. And there are 894. I put that in the spreadsheet, 894. And I want to double check that that is set. Yep, removed by is blank and member is equal to yes. Yep. So that is correct. So then I know that those numbers are as of today, so those numbers should be correct. Then the annual average weekend attendance is the next stat, which I get from the attendance sheets. So I go to the attendance sheets. So I look under membership records, attendance records. And then I look for the tab for the current year, 2011. Here's worship. At the top, here's the average attendance, and I make sure that the formula is correct to be current to the end of the month, the end of May. So it should be row 33, and yep, it goes through 33, so it's 313 is the current number. 313. Enter that. And so those numbers are correct. The membership involvement stats, those are done manually based on who we know is involved in the different groups. We have not done that for 2011 yet, so the 2010 number stands, and we do that every year at the end of the year for the annual report, every calendar year. Worship stats, 2-month average. This one takes a little bit more tweaking between the two spreadsheets. So we want to look at the 2 months for, that would be April and May, because this is the May report, April and May for the past, the current year and then the past 3 years. So I go to, I'm going to start in 2008. So here's 2008. And then I'm going to go over here, the AM service. So I'm going to type in a formula, equals average, and then I zoom over here. The average is April and May. I select, see how I clicked and hold and selected those dates for the early service. So then I click enter, and it puts it in there. And I do the same thing here. Average, oops. And then I pick the late service, and it's April through May. And this is for the regular Sundays. As you can see over here, it does not count a special service. And we do Saturdays. And the last column over here is for Mondays or Thursdays, if we did any of those services, but in that year we did not. We had a Saturday service. Okay, so then the formula in these columns automatically calculate what the average is based on those numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in for the rest of these columns using the same method. Okay, now we're done entering the 2-month average worship statistics, and we can see then how they the same time period compared year to year, and then you can even compare the same worship service year to year. This is our goal that we set a couple years ago when we passed the vision in front of the members, that 80% of our membership would be in worship. So this is where our average weekend attendance needed to be, and same with the involvement stats, and the same with yeah, that one. Okay, so the bottom is the Bible class stats, and you'll notice that there's number signs in here, which means there's something wrong with the formulas. So what we did before was we looked at it's the current period, half a year, January through May, and then we were supposed to have, so we'll insert that in there, the previous year's period, 2010, January through May. And then we have the previous fall season and the year before that fall season. And so what I want to do is to make this so they understand easier. The current year was this one, so we're going to take the shading off. The previous year are the ones in shaded gray. So then they can see that. What I'm trying to do is look at the same time periods in comparison and see if there's any trends. Okay, so I've corrected now the dates. Now all these numbers and calculations are going to be wrong. So we're going to fix that. So in the attendance spreadsheet, here are the attendance for Bible classes. Those are the two tabs we'll be focusing in on. And so the first row is 2009, September through December. So here we go, 2009, and here's September through December. And we're going to look at first is Sunday youth, and that would be the underground. So we'll make that an average again. And we'll come over here and we say the youth went from here, September through December, Sunday youth, right there. Enter, and there it is, Sunday teen. Sunday teen didn't happen last year, or, yeah, 2009. So then we have Sunday school, or Sunday Bible class number 1. So we type in the average, Here's number 1. So we click here. We want the same time period, September through December. Sunday Bible Class 2. Now you notice I start typing average and it pops up a box. If I just hit return, it'll automatically finish typing in the rest of it. Now I can just select the cells I want and hit enter, and they're in there. Thursday morning Bible class. Thursday evening Bible class. Oops, typo there. And it looks like it discontinued during, because of Advent services. So we just go that far. Friday, it's got some numbers in there. So that's when the Friday class just started. And Saturday's 19-minute class didn't exist then, so that's a dash. So then I look at the average weekend attendance and just basically then summarizes that whole row all the way across. C53 all the way through J53. Yep. Next, I look at the same time period for the 2010 fiscal year. And here we are, September through December. So I'm going to go ahead and enter all those, and then I'm going to look and do the same thing for January through May last year and January through May this year. Okay, so now I've entered in all of the attendance numbers for Bible class, and I actually had to add a column for the women's Bible study because that's something new that started up this spring. And so once all the figures were in there, then this just summarizes the whole period, and then we can compare periods. And here's our goal again for the percent of members in Bible class. So that's everything that goes on the stat sheet on the first page. The second page is the address changes, which Sue Stillman usually enters based on when mail gets returned, or emails or something else, other communication that we know that email addresses have changed. So this concludes the training video for the stat sheet.